Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 7. She bravely smiled through the pain, and in doing so, taught us all how to live. At just 19 years old, Grace Phelan touched more lives than many do in a lifetime. With courage, grace, and unshakable faith, she turned her personal battle with brain cancer into a worldwide ministry of hope. Though her time with us was short, her impact was immeasurable. Anna began sharing her journey on TikTok after being diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of brain cancer. Instead of retreating, she opened her heart to nearly 150,000 followers. With raw honesty, humor, and deep faith, she documented treatments, tough days, and small victories, bringing comfort and courage to people across the globe. She didn't ask for attention. She simply wanted to let others know they weren't alone. Her message resonated. Many said Anna helped them rediscover their faith, find joy in difficult moments, and appreciate the beauty in every single day. One follower shared they bought their first Bible because of her. That's the kind of quiet miracle Anna inspired. Born in Orlando, Florida, and raised in Jefferson, Georgia, she was a loving daughter, sister, and friend. She recently graduated from Jefferson High School and worked as a receptionist at Georgia Skin Cancer and Aesthetic Dermatology. Anna was deeply involved in her church, where she found strength and purpose through youth group and service. Even as her condition worsened, Anna's light never dimmed. Her smile sparkled, her laughter echoed, and her faith remained steady. Following her passing, her mother wrote, "Thank you for the countless thousands of prayers. May we all rejoice with the assurance that she is in heaven now, and she has been healed." That deep belief carried Anna and comforted those around her. Anna passed peacefully after a brave and public journey with brain cancer. She was surrounded by love, both near and far. Though she's no longer here, Anna's voice continues to echo in every story shared, every tear shed, and every heart lifted by her message. She leaves behind a community forever changed by her strength and a hope that outlasts even the hardest battles. Tributes to Grace Phelan. Number 6. Alan had this incredible ability to make you feel like the most important person in the room, a colleague once said, even if he was editing 3 documentaries and running the BBC at the same time. Alan Yentob, a towering presence in British culture and television, has passed away at the age of 78. He died peacefully, surrounded by loved ones, after a brief illness. For more than 5 decades, Alan championed stories, talent, and ideas that reshaped British broadcasting. He started as a trainee at the BBC in the late 60s. Within a few years, he was shaping groundbreaking arts programs, including the legendary Arena series. One of his most iconic contributions was Cracked Actor, the 1975 documentary on David Bowie. That film set a tone, unexpected, intimate, and beautifully crafted. It helped define the future of music documentaries. He climbed from the edit suite to the executive floor, holding key roles at BBC Two, BBC One, and later serving as creative director. Along the way, he backed shows that became household staples. From Pride and Prejudice to Have I Got News for You. Alan wasn't just behind the scenes. Through his work on Imagine, he brought audiences face-to-face with some of the world's most fascinating creatives, highlighting everyone from Maya Angelou to Grayson Perry. His conversations were often as revealing as the art itself. He also helped reshape the BBC's reach, launching CBBC and CBeebies. Generations grew up thanks to his vision. Known for tireless nights in the editing room and passionate debates in meetings, Allen could be both boss and mentor, with equal intensity. Even those who disagreed with him often admired his daring and drive. Tributes poured in after news of his passing. BBC's Tim Davie called him a creative force and cultural visionary. Artists and colleagues remembered his warmth, wit, and relentless curiosity. Allen also gave his time beyond the screen, supporting the South Bank, chairing the ICA, and engaging deeply in arts education and charities. His legacy isn't just in the programs he made or the channels he led. It lives on in the people he inspired and the culture he helped create. Tributes to Allen Yentob. Number 5. Rape is nothing more or less than a conscious process of intimidation by which all men keep all women in a state of fear. With those powerful words, Susan Brownmiller didn't just start a new conversation, she sparked a movement. At 90 years old, Susan passed away peacefully, leaving behind a voice that helped reshape our understanding of justice and equality. Her landmark book, Against Our Will, wasn't just a bestseller, it was a cultural shift. Published in the 1970s, it challenged long-held beliefs about sexual violence and gave language to silence. Her influence reached far beyond the printed word. Susan marched, taught, reported, and never backed down from uncomfortable truths. She was a force in civil rights, a trailblazer in feminist thought, and a guide to generations of readers and students. What set Susan apart was her clarity, her fierce honesty paired with deep compassion. Whether leading a consciousness-raising group or teaching in a classroom, she made people think harder, speak louder, and demand better. Her books, including Femininity and In Our Time, offered fierce critiques of cultural norms while also giving space to personal reflection and story. Susan's career began in journalism, but her legacy lies in revolution. From Mississippi during Freedom Summer to the pages of The Village Voice, she held systems to account and taught others to do the same. Activist Gloria Steinem once said of her, "Susan had a piercing understanding of patriarchy and a gift for making its weight obvious to others. She made a difference." Her passing marks the end of an extraordinary life, a life defined by truth-telling, barrier-breaking, and courageous witness. Though gone, Susan's voice remains loud in our libraries, our classrooms, and our lives. She is remembered with love by family, friends, students, and countless people who never met her but felt seen through her words. Tributes to Susan Brownmiller. Number 4. It's not the power that defines the hero, it's how he wields it. These words, written by Peter David, tell us much about the man behind them. Peter Allen David passed away at 68 after facing health challenges in recent years. His loss is a profound one for fans of comics, science fiction, and storytelling everywhere. With a pen full of vision and humor, Peter shaped some of the most iconic tales in popular culture. His legendary run on The Incredible Hulk transformed the character from a rampaging monster to a complex, layered figure audiences could truly understand. That 12-year journey earned him critical acclaim, an Eisner Award, and lifelong admiration from fans and peers. Peter's imagination didn't stop there. He co-created Spider-Man 2099, redefined X Factor, and added depth to Supergirl and Aquaman. His writing crossed company lines, crafting compelling stories for both Marvel and DC Comics. Beyond the pages of comics, Peter left his mark on television. From Babylon 5 to Young Justice, and co-creating the cult favorite Space Cases, he added heart and humor to every project. He also expanded the Star Trek universe with his New Frontier novels, becoming a fan favorite among Trekkies old and new. But it wasn't just what he wrote. It was how he wrote it. Blending social commentary, sharp wit, and real emotion, Peter made stories that stayed with readers well beyond the final page. He often referred to himself as a writer of stuff, a humble title for someone whose work changed lives. Those who knew him speak of his kindness, guidance, and deep love for storytelling. His wife, Kathleen, shared, "We are devastated, more when I can write about it." Her words echo the grief of a community that spanned generations. Peter is survived by Kathleen and his 4 children, Caroline, Shauna, Ariel, and Guinevere. He was a beloved husband, father, and friend, roles he cherished even more than his many professional titles. Peter David's words gave voice to heroes, misfits, and outcasts. He made them matter. And in doing so, he helped countless readers feel that they mattered too. Tributes to Peter David. Number 3. Some actors perform characters, others become them. Mona Tanberg lived her roles so fully, it was as though Ibsen had written them just for her. These words from a longtime colleague echo what many feel upon learning of her passing. Mona Tanberg, one of Norway's most cherished artists, has died following a brief illness. She was 85. Audiences of all ages knew her as the wise and kind Queen Fjellrose in NRK's beloved Julie Blåfjell. But her career was much broader and deeper than that single role. A true force on the stage, Mona was best known as one of the greatest interpreters of Henrik Ibsen's female characters. She portrayed every major Ibsen heroine during a career that stretched across 5 decades in several major Norwegian theaters, from early beginnings at Fjernsynsteatret to meaningful years at Det Norske Teatret, and then an extraordinary 40-year run with National Teatret. She brought intensity, grace, and intelligence to every role. Her colleagues speak of a woman who not only elevated each performance but also inspired those around her. Her presence backstage was as warm and commanding as it was in front of an audience. Though many are shocked by her sudden departure, some had seen her just days before. It is a reflection of how vibrantly she moved through life, even into her later years. Mona Tanberg leaves behind a legacy that shaped Norwegian theater and touched countless lives. Her artistry, especially in bringing Ibsen's words to life, has become part of the cultural foundation. There's comfort in knowing that her voice, her expressions, and her queenly calm were etched in the hearts of many. As one fellow actor said, "Mona didn't act to be seen. She acted to help us see ourselves." Her influence will continue to echo on stages and screens, in classrooms, and wherever great theater is remembered. Tributes to Mona Tanberg. Number 2. He wanted to see the sport succeed at every level, but most of all, he was a compelling, compassionate, friendly, and outgoing individual. These words, spoken by close friend Nadja Thompson, capture the heart of Kristoff Clement. At 59, the legendary horseman left the racing world quieter but filled with gratitude. From the barns of Chantilly to the winner's circle at Belmont Park, Kristoff's journey was more than victories. It was about care, commitment, and connection. Raised in Paris, he grew up watching his father train horses. That early spark became a lifelong devotion. After sharpening his skills with top European trainers, Kristoff crossed the Atlantic. His U.S. debut came in 1991, and with his very first starter, he won. That was no fluke. Over 3 decades followed, filled with standout moments, training champions like Gio Ponti, Tonalist, and Pizza Bianca. His horses earned more than $180 million, but more than numbers, it was how he led. Always with grace. Always with respect. Known for his stylish presence and warm personality, Kristoff turned competition into camaraderie. He built a team that felt like family and mentored many who now carry on his legacy. Often found at the track with his grandson Hugo in tow, Kristoff never let success pull him away from what mattered most: his loved ones. His wife, Valerie, and children, Charlotte and Miguel, were by his side through it all. Miguel followed in his father's footsteps, working closely with him at the stable. Charlotte pursued her own path but always remained close to home. They built a life grounded in passion and love. In recent years, Kristoff showed quiet strength as he faced metastatic uveal melanoma. Despite his illness, he continued to train winners, never losing his spark or spirit. His resilience didn't go unnoticed. Tributes poured in from across the world. Mark Holliday of Nuira called him a leader, a family man, friend, and mentor to others. Kristoff Clement passed peacefully, surrounded by family and the sport he helped shape. As the racing world pauses to remember him, we honor more than a trainer. We honor a life lived with purpose. Tributes to Kristoff Clement. The world of business has lost a transformative leader as Philips mourns the passing of Cor Boonstra, who died at age 87 on May 24, 2025. The Dutch businessman served as Philips's CEO from 1996 to 2001, where he dramatically reshaped the electronics giant. Known for his bold decisions, Boonstra moved the company's headquarters from Eindhoven to Amsterdam and launched the memorable "Let's Make Things Better" campaign that many still remember today. Under his leadership, Philips saw its market value increase fivefold as he streamlined operations and focused on profitability. Though his methods weren't always popular among employees, his business acumen earned him recognition as Top Executive of the Year in 2000. Boonstra's legacy lives on through the more focused and profitable company he helped create, and his impact on Dutch business leadership continues to influence corporate strategies worldwide. Let's take a moment to remember a true local legend, Pat O'Connor, the celebrated boxing champion from Rochester, Minnesota, who has passed away at the age of 74. Pat's journey began with a bang, winning the National Golden Gloves Championship at just 16 before launching a stellar professional career. By the early 1970s, he was ranked among the best in the world and finished his career with an impressive 41 wins, including 19 knockouts. Inducted into the Minnesota Boxing Hall of Fame, Pat's graceful style and dedication inspired generations. Though he battled Parkinson's later in life, his fighting spirit and kind heart left a lasting mark. Pat O'Connor will be fondly remembered for both his talent in the ring and his warmth in our community. News 1. A mysterious metallic sphere discovered in Colombia has sparked an intriguing debate among scientists and skywatchers. The unusual object was first spotted flying over the town of Buga in March before landing on the ground. What makes this discovery particularly fascinating is the sphere's seamless construction. José Luis Velázquez, one of the researchers examining the object, noted it has no welds or joints, a feature he believes suggests possible extraterrestrial origins, as it appears to be manufactured using methods beyond current human capabilities. However, not everyone is convinced it's from outer space. Dr. Julia Mossbridge, a physicist at the University of San Diego and founder of the Institute for Love and Time, offers a more down-to-earth explanation, suggesting it could be a really cool art project. This mysterious sphere reminds us that our skies still hold many secrets. Whether it turns out to be an artistic creation, an unknown natural phenomenon, or something more extraordinary, it's captivating our collective imagination and reminding us to keep looking up with wonder. News 2. Social media has been buzzing with rumors about Annabelle, the famous haunted Raggedy Ann doll from the Conjuring movies, allegedly going missing while on tour in New Orleans. The panic started when netizens connected Annabelle's presence in the city to a series of unsettling events, including a fire at the historic Nottoway plantation and a prison escape. The doll, which normally resides in the Warrens Occult Museum, has been traveling across America as part of the Devils on the Run tour. It arrived in New Orleans on May 13th, where it was displayed behind reinforced glass at a sold-out paranormal event in the French Quarter. But rest assured, Annabelle hasn't escaped. Paranormal investigator Ryan Daniel Buell debunked these theories by posting video proof on Facebook showing the doll safely secured in its protective case. The famous doll has since moved on to San Antonio, Texas, continuing to fascinate paranormal enthusiasts while remaining safely contained behind that all-important glass barrier. News 3. Here's a story that brings together two legends for a summer to remember. Willie Nelson, the beloved 91-year-old country icon, and the incomparable Bob Dylan are headlining the 2025 Outlaw Music Festival, now celebrating its 10th anniversary. Fans from every generation are gathering at incredible venues like the Gorge Amphitheater in Quincy, Washington, to enjoy a lineup stacked with favorites, from Billy Strings to Lake Street Dive. This year's tour is the festival's biggest yet, reminding us all of the enduring power of music, friendship, and shared memories. As Willie himself says, it's a chance to celebrate with friends, family, and fans alike. For so many, these shows are more than concerts. They're treasured moments connecting past and present. Here's to Willie, Bob, and every music lover making this summer a milestone for the ages. News 4. What a weekend at the movies. Across the country, families flocked to theaters as Disney's new live-action Lilo and Stitch surfed its way to a record-breaking Memorial Day box office. Starring young talent Maya Kealoha as Lilo, the beloved tale of friendship and Ohana brought in an incredible $183 million, making it the highest-grossing Memorial Day opener ever. Fans old and new enjoyed this heartwarming Hawaiian adventure, while Tom Cruise thrilled audiences in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which also had a strong debut as Ethan Hunt's saga continues. Moviegoers of all ages showed up in record numbers, bringing energy and excitement back to theaters nationwide. This joyous film weekend reminds us of the magic of storytelling and the power of coming together on the big screen. Here's to more movie memories and the enduring spirit of Ohana. No one gets left behind. News 5. What a day for racing fans at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The 109th running of the Indy 500 saw spirited competition, surprises, and plenty of heart. Joseph Newgarden, the two-time defending champion and fan favorite at 34 years old, started all the way back in 32nd position, hoping to make history by winning 3 in a row. Through grit and determination, he powered forward, but late race troubles gently ended his inspiring run for the record books. While Newgarden's dream of a historic three-peat was dashed, his resilience and sportsmanship shone brightly, providing countless fans with a story to remember. And as the checkered flag waved, every driver demonstrated the timeless spirit that makes the Indy 500 such an American classic. Today, fans celebrate the courage, camaraderie, and drive that define this legendary race, reminding us that in every finish, there's a story worth cheering for. Number 1. I never paint dreams or nightmares. I paint my own reality. Val Kilmer often quoted these words when speaking about his acting. He lived them too, channeling truth into every role, painting characters with depth, mystery, and fire. Val Kilmer passed away at 65 from complications related to pneumonia and long-term health struggles, including cancer. Despite years of illness, he continued to shine, both on screen and off, inspiring fans with his strength, wit, and creative spirit. He first soared into the public eye as Iceman in Top Gun, a role that built his reputation for charisma and cool confidence. But Kilmer never settled. His haunting portrayal of Jim Morrison in The Doors stunned audiences and critics alike. Oliver Stone called him brilliant and admitted, "His channeling of Jim gave me the creeps." He made even larger impressions with unforgettable roles like Doc Holliday in Tombstone and the Dark Knight himself in Batman Forever. Kilmer wasn't confined to leading men. He brought nuance to supporting roles in acclaimed films like Heat and True Romance. Director Michael Mann praised his brilliant variability, a quality that let Kilmer disappear into each character with uncanny realism. Off-screen, he was thoughtful, playful, and fiercely artistic. Known for spontaneous poetry and deep conversations, Kilmer was as complex and compelling in life as he was in film. After being diagnosed with throat cancer in 2014, he fought hard through surgeries and setbacks. He lost his familiar voice but never his inner one. In a powerful return to the screen, he appeared in Top Gun Maverick, where Iceman's quiet scenes echoed Kilmer's own journey. Tom Cruise said of the reunion, "Being next to him instantly makes you better." Tributes poured in after the news of his passing. Cruise led a moment of silence, while Oliver Stone remembered him as turbulent and exciting. We need more Vals. Francis Ford Coppola called him a joy to know. Val Kilmer was cremated and is survived by his son Jack and daughter Mercedes, who carry on his vibrant legacy. From heat-seeking fighter jets to smoky Western duels, from deep vulnerability to roaring courage, Val Kilmer gave us it all. Raw, fearless, human. Tributes to Val Kilmer. Clint always believed in me. He never let me forget I was part of something, Mara Corday once said with a proud smile.